There's a song that, is it Lagbaja that sang the song or somebody did? You know, the song goes to say, put a smile on your face, no matter condition. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not a good singer, but man, have you seen me sing? Good afternoon and welcome to Hashtag Trending. You know my name already, but I'm still gonna tell you. Yeah, I want to sound my name right well in your ears so that anywhere you see me, you're like, oh, that's Alfanana Joseph. Yeah, that's my name. My name is Alfanana Joseph, and I had to sing that song. I don't really know who sang it. I can recall who sang it, but that's the lyrics of the song. Put a smile on your face, no matter condition. That's to tell you that I don't know how your Wednesday is going, because my Wednesday is going okay. So how is yours going? Well, if yours is going beautifully, just as mine is going great. And if you're not feeling okay with the way things are happening around you today, it's okay. Just put a smile on your face, no matter what you're going through right now, and you're just going to be okay. It is a matter of time, all right? Yeah, this phase comes and the phase will go, another will come, and you know, just like that, life continues, life goes on. This phase passes, another phase comes, all right? So just start smiling in expecting that what will bring laughter to you is just at the corner, all right? And of course, seeing me here alone should put smiles on your face, because my smile is contagious, whether you like it or not. I know it is. That's on a lighter note, and that's how it's supposed to be, you know, not stiff and rigid. Life is not that hard, right? Okay, I've got things that is happening, especially in Nigeria. I love my country, like I always say. There's always something to talk about. There's always something to look at. There's always something to repost. My goodness, there's never a dull moment here in Nigeria. Well, I'm going to start with a Nigerian Afrobeat artist. I'm talking about Kizz Daniel, that arrived his concert almost 5 minutes late in Paris. And oh my God, this sparked chaos between his fans, his bodyguards, and the police officials. Well, actually, the police officials actually came to calm the situation. And he said it's not his fault, that he was actually ready for the concert, but the promoter, being Olamide Baron and Chef David, you know, made him come late or start the concert late. And people were not happy at all. There were misunderstandings, controversies, you know, chaos, dragging here and there. And people actually pointed to the fact that Kizz Daniel is always going for his concert very, very late. And most of the times when he goes, people will be returning to their, you know, houses or wherever they want to go to, back from his concert, because it took him so many hours before he arrived. So people just, you know, say, yeah, that's his lifestyle, that's his way. And that's why he's not really out there like every other Nigerian artist, because he always shows up late. But this time around, he said it wasn't his fault. Okay, let's see what spiraled out there in Paris. Let's see the videos.
No, don't record, guys. Don't record.
Why should I record?
This matter will continue. Oh, this is Kenny. I will come believe for you. I swear to God Almighty. This new is a bit for me. I swear to God, the people have no one, I will make a shop of money. People they go work tomorrow. They leave their work. They go work. See, you tell one thing, eh? Now, see, if you see, can we do that? Can we do the meeting? Yes, people come from work. Do not book. You arrive for here. You say not book because you know why not book because no seafood. Let me tell you. No seafood. I mean, today you won't buy for him.
Series of actions, people portraying annoyance, anger, frustration over the fact that Kizz Daniel stood them up for hours. You know, it's not Nigeria. Lots of persons still work in the night, and maybe they had, you know, a little time, maybe shift or break, and they just had to come and cheer their Nigerian brother up. You heard a lot of them speaking Nigerian English, talking about pidgin right there. So we have a lot of Nigerians there that wanted to go cheer up their own. But it turned out that he did not come, and they were so pained. You know, they bought tickets for that show, for the concert, but all of those hours wasted for the persons that do not want to stay longer anymore. So this actually sparked up controversy, but the police officials came to calm the situation and tension spiraling from Kizz Daniel's fans and his bodyguards. All right, let's take a few comments on social media. Emilek says, why is he always having issues keeping up with scheduled time? He really needs to work on it. Okay, he really needs to work on it. Oh, all right, I had to put it all for him. Dottie Big says, Kizz has always been like that. He just wants to perform for 1 minute and leave the stage. I guess they know him better than I do. All right, we've already taken from Emilex. Well, you've seen his fans are saying they know him better because people that do go for his concerts and shows, I have seen a lot of persons already writing, tweeting that he's fond of, you know, showing up for his concert quite late. And this is so like him. But this time around, he said it wasn't from him, but from the show promoter, like the concert promoter, talking about Olamide Baron and Chef David. Yeah. So Kizz Daniel, if you're watching this or somehow you're going to see this video, you have to do better because you have a lot of persons that love you so much and they're counting on you and they want you to be up there, you know, like some of your fellow Afrobeat artists here in Nigeria. So learn to keep to time and do not be lazy or don't let anything drag you back, especially when a time is scheduled for your concert. All right, moving on to something else that is really, oh my God, if you haven't seen this, I am here to make you see what's happening in Nigeria. This particular video has really gone viral as the FCT minister talking about Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike was on a tour, enforcing action tour on illegal constructions in Abuja. And he had a confrontation with a naval officer, Lieutenant A.M. Yarima, and he refused him and his entourage to gain access into the property, saying that he's been ordered not to let anybody trespass. But Nyesom Wike was saying that the building is illegal and they do not have documents. They haven't sent any documents to him and all. And he still stood his ground. He said he's an officer and he's obeying the higher authority. He's not going to allow him to have access to the building. And there was a lot of forth and back verbal abuse, but the officer still stood his ground and said he will not allow the FCT minister to gain entrance. So lots of Nigerians have come out to commend the officer for being so bold to, you know, talk to the Federal Capital Territory minister in a very respectful tone, even when the minister, almost, spiraled out of control, shouting, insulting, and abusing the officer. But he refused to, submit to the way the minister was talking. But he said, no, sir, please, you cannot have access to this place because I am under strict order not to allow anybody enters. And some persons are of the opinion that the officer, talking about Lieutenant A.M. Yarima, has insulted not just the Federal Capital Territory minister but the president, because he represents the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And of course the military man, talking about this naval officer, Lieutenant A.M. Yarima, also represents higher authority in Nigeria too. So a lot of people are really commending the boldness, the respect of this officer, talking about integrity and doing the right thing, whereas they're not really happy about the action of the FCT minister, Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike. Let's see the video.
I'm going to take on and then you to carry land.
Sir, everything was acquired legally.
Will you stop
you
that?
get the
Will you stop that?
Sir, I'm an officer, I have integrity.
Shut up, your man, good
sir. Not shut up.
Will you get up?
Sir, I won't shut up. Sir,
I was in school, you're not in school.
Sir, you can't shut
Will
me
you keep quiet? Get me a big food.
I'm not
you are a big fool.
I'm not a fool,
you
sir.
can shoot anybody like that.
Sir, I'm not
you
a fool.
Who are you?
I am not a fool, sir.
And for the time I graduated, you are in primary school.
I'm acting on orders.
Take for which order? You will see whether you love me here.
Sir, you can't call me a fool.
Go out to follow me.
I'm an officer. I'm not a fool, sir. I'm an officer.
You would have killed everybody here.
No, we won't kill anybody. We won't kill anybody. We are acting on orders.
Go and develop here. Let me see you.
Regular officer, you want to come and
We are going to get out.
Well, this is the video that have got lots of Nigerians talking, and most people that you haven't heard their voice for some long number of years in Nigeria have also come out to lend their voice on this particular issue, talking about the Barrister Nyesom Wike and the naval officer Lieutenant A.M. Yarima. People are saying that he's bold, he's respectful, and he still stood his ground by not letting the minister to have access, because he is a military official. So he was given that order from a superior and he must obey the order. Some are saying he disrespected the minister. People are here and people are there. But lots of the comments that I am seeing is that people actually commended the officer right there. All right, let's take a few comments on social media before we forge ahead. Mayor of Olu says, when discipline met arrogance, arrogance took a U-turn. That's the kind of reset this country needs. Finally, someone in uniform reminding the political class that power has limits. That officer deserves a salute. All right, I'm saluting the officer already. Okay. Imadu says, just take a look. Wike asking an army officer, who are you? Are you blind to see his uniform? Also, why is a Nigeria officer using the army to protect a personal property? Okay. Prince Adebayo says the officer should be commended for following orders and doing so politely. The way some of our politicians behave without decorum is appalling. How will you speak to someone in such derogatory manner? You could ask for his boss, call him directly, rather than, what we saw. Okay, these are people's comments coming from Concerned Echoes. Let me break it down. Wike is the minister of the FCT, which implies he is empowered to act on behalf of the president, GCFR, in anything regarding Abuja. Disrespecting him is disrespectful to the GCFR. Okay. You see what I told you? Some persons are commending the FCT minister and some are actually commending the officer. All right, with people standing like this, what is actually the right thing that should be done? But with the words that came from a leader, from somebody that's highly placed, from someone that people look up to, somebody that has subordinates, you know, that should command respect, you know, bringing out those abusive words from his mouth, talking about the FCT minister, it doesn't really speak well of a leader of such high ranking for him to abuse a military man in uniform. And this doesn't mean that when any military man is in uniform, he has the powers to deal with civilians anyhow they deem fit. No, we just saw that that officer was calm, he stood his ground, and he spoke to the minister respectfully. Whatever the case is, we're going to see comments from people from the ministry. I know that they will release some form of official statement regarding what just happened. This particular trend is actually something very funny. This is what I want to talk about. If you are used to, okay, what did they call it back then in secondary school? They called it chips, microchips, right? When you want to write your exams, microchips, yeah. Since I'm from Akwa Ibom, in my school, they called it candy card, okay? So a viral video is showing students spacing during exams in Ghana, during them taking the examinations in Ghana. If you see this video, I was spacing in my entire life so that there will be no examination malpractice. And oh my goodness, please let's see the video. You see the video? Hi! That spacing is something else, totally something else. You, how many meters or centimeters apart? You can't even turn your neck. When you turn your neck, what will you say? Who will you talk to? There is nothing like examination malpractice, and if you were reliant on microchips or having to ask your friend or colleague or classmate for anything in the exams hall, you're so done. You're having zero. You're scoring zero. So people have come out to say, oh my God, if this actually happened in my era, will I ever pass? Because there are times you need help from your classmate in the exams hall and they will save you. But some are also saying, it happened in my days. The spacing in my days was a lot. All right, let's take comments and let's see what's happening on social media from people concerning this video. Mr. Bet says, after doing all this, they will still be jobless and certificates on their hands. What's the point for all this? I beg now, change this one. Alaye Nigeria says, all these things, they unnecessary, Sha. With all this, Africa still has one of the poorest educational systems in the world. Ewo. Statistics. Chisom Dev. Law, I wrote some exams this way. All schools should adopt it. Very cool pattern. If you don't study diligently, you fail. Simple and short. An improvement is needed though. Buying some sort of tarpaulin or something to shade them from the sun. All right, that's very correct, to shade them from the sun, because if it had rained, of course they'll run into a classroom or a class block or something, but the sun was scorching and the students were still concentrating on trying to write their exams and answer their questions, the questions on their question paper. Have you ever experienced this in your school, or you're the one that depended solely on microchips? Well, I did experience it. All right, moving forward to, oh my God, a meet was ongoing between Regina Daniels and Senator Ned Nwoko. Judy Austin has come out to give marriage advice or relationship advice to people. And guess what? People are really on her. They are dragging her so much that I don't know if she can breathe. She has come out to make a live video giving, marriage advice that if a woman gets pregnant, she should not rush into getting married to that man just because she got pregnant. It should never be a criterion for her to get married to the man. She could have the baby, but not get married to the man unless the man truly loves her and they really want to take their relationship to the next level, not tying the man down because of the pregnancy. Because in cases like this, if they get married, the marriage could end in divorce after some years. And this is the reason we have a high rate of divorce nowadays in Nigeria. She also pinpointed on early marriage. She said, no, parents, stop pushing your children to get married quite early. Because when they realize themselves as an adult in the marriage and they, try assessing things and seeing themselves where they are and thinking that I'm not supposed to be here. I made this decision when I was a child, so now I'm adult. I can make my decisions now. So that marriage might end. So early marriage, you people should stop it. And do not get married to a man only because you got pregnant for him. People know I agree with how people are dragging her. Judy Austin, the one that you recall the story that Yul Edochie, the Nollywood film producer and actor, left his wife, talking about May Yul Edochie, to get entangled with Judy Austin after or during the period he lost his first child, his first son. So he got entangled with her, and May said, no, I'm not going to sit here and welcome a second wife. This is not the agreement that we had. So y'all want to stay with her, Judy Austin. They're now together. And we're still hearing stories that they're no more together. But that is the story. And she's come out to give people marriage advice. And people are saying, who are you to talk to us about marriage? Oh, please, go and sit down. Let's see the video.
Because the first question you should ask yourself is, can I spend the rest of my life with this guy? This guy now that is behaving like this, am I gonna be able to love this guy, committed to this guy, grow with this guy, build with this guy? Is this something I can do? You cannot make that decision if you're still a child. You cannot make that decision if you're not mentally ready for that kind of relationship. Date people, learn people, understand that you can't trust anybody except yourself and God. Understand that you need to show up for yourself before you expect any other person to show up for you. Learn people. I said learn people, grow, work, build, gain the shock absorber that you need. And then when you're ready, pray and ask God to give you that one person that he created for you, and hope that it happens.
Learn people, study people, like a book. Coming from, am I supposed to call her a marriage counselor? I don't know. You have it all covered. You know better. All right, let's take a few comments concerning this video. 1 or 2 comments, and we go over to the word that we have for today. Then we wrap up on Hashtag Trending. Horla Jumoke says all those children of second wives and home breakers that were supporting her, I hope they see that their end is not always pleasant. Please, me serve one laugh. You see the laughing emoji right there. Gift Eze Edema says Juju and Regina thought marriage is Nollywood film where they always have their way and decide what happens. You guys will learn in the hard way. Oh, I don't want to learn in the highway, so, okay. That advice is coming from Judy Austin, and people are not taking it kindly with her at all. Let's take this word that we have for today. I'm sure that we've been using this word. So the word of the day is abide. Abide, not abide. Abide. What does abide means? Abide in this context means to accept without objection and to remain or continue. A sentence example of abide is, I just can't abide such blatant dishonesty. Yo, I just can't abide such blatant dishonesty. You don't have to condone dishonesty. This is all that I had packaged for you on hashtag trending. My name is Afonono Joseph and I remain your host now and always on hashtag trending. See you tomorrow. Always stay out of trouble. I love you always.